Greetings, folks. This is the BlackWeasel, and this is my video game review of Final Fantasy Tactics for the PlayStation 1 on the PlayStation 3. I got this game while it was on sale in March 2017, along with the other Final Fantasy games. I played this game after beating Final Fantasy 8 in spring 2018, before I started going after Final Fantasy 9. Alright, let's deal with the review. Final Fantasy Tactics is Square's first foray into a different genre of video gaming that was probably popularized by this game itself. Tactical role-playing. It's in the name. Instead of the regular style of Final Fantasy, where I fight monsters in an active time battle system, I fight monsters by the way of taking turns, moving around the field, and attacking the foes that are close to me. Alright, instead of a tyrannical monster that wants to destroy the world and kill any opposers like Sephiroth, Kefka, and X-Death, I'm dealing with a guy that's stuck in a medieval setting of kingdoms, kings, knights, and princesses and royalty all around. In a setting that's probably of European descent. The main man is Ramza, R-A-M-Z-A, who is in the middle of a conflict between two noble sections that are fighting for permanent control of the kingdom, thus ruling over Avalas. Lace. Avalas is the name of this world. What returns in Tactics from Final Fantasy V is the job system. Since I'm playing this game using Tactics, I gotta assign jobs of knights, priests, wizards, and side gigs towards my party characters. The max number I can use on the field is 5. Throughout this game, the number 5 is stuck because that's a limit, just like the set limit of party characters on the field in previous games. There were 3 in Final Fantasy 7, 4 in Final Fantasy 6, and 5 in Final Fantasy 4. Now, the flaws are coming up on this tactical role-playing game in sheer numbers. As the game became a lot harder as I went through the journey, I came across multiple battles that had a lot more monsters than usual on the field. The common saying is quality over quantity, but this is vice versa all around. I can't increase the number of characters on my end when certain battles come up. This leads to certain monsters and ganging them on one of my folks and basically killing them because I had to wait for my turn to make a move. But in the end, this is a tactical role-playing game. This is not a real-time strategy game like Warcraft. This is where the role-playing kicks in. If I'm losing towards some powerful monsters, I could just fight weaker monsters to make myself stronger so I have the edge later on. Since the active time battle system does not exist in this game, I'm not punished for thinking. I can take as much time as I want to come up with moves and where to go. But I still got a problem with how many monsters get put on the field and where they are positioned. One thing I really like about this game is the plot and soundtrack. Since the graphics is set up in an isometric way, there's lots of scenes happening without the main character's involvement. This sets up Final Fantasy Tactics into a great epic medieval adventure. The regular Final Fantasy games involve scenes that revolve around the main characters. But this time, the world of Avalas is in view of the player, and I'm able to figure out what's happening behind the scenes that Ramza doesn't know about. The soundtrack is not made by the main man who does the regular Final Fantasy games, but it is still pretty entertaining to hear and a great fit for a medieval setting. I'll give Final Fantasy Tactics a 9 out of 10. For Square's first foray into tactical role-playing games, this one is a solid game, but as the journey goes on, some of the flaws will become increasingly evident. When the remake of Final Fantasy VII comes to a complete close, I'll call for a remake or remaster of this game. I played Final Fantasy Tactics on May 26, 2018, and I finished it on June 10, 2018. It took me over 50 hours to finish this game.